Hey guys, how are we doing? So it's Crypto Insight UK here with another YouTube video. It's the 26th of May, 10:30 a.m. BST. So I've got a few things to talk about today. We'll firstly talk about the opportunity that I've been offered. I am now going to be doing a paid partnership with 1inch, which is pretty cool. As all you guys know who've been following my YouTube for a long time, that I actually used to hold 1inch. I think it's a good project. I'm going to do a more deep dive TikTok about it later, and I also think there's a trading opportunity there for the medium short term, and I'll dive into that later on in this video. But for now, let's get straight into the Bitcoin charts, and it's finally nice to see a bit of green on the market, and let's talk about what I think we need to see for this green to continue, and think whether we've seen the bottom. I know that a lot of you guys follow Pablo Hemon, and he thinks this could be a cat bounce, which could be a bull trap, and I personally don't believe that this is happening, but it's always possible with all the options that he's talking about expiring at the end of the month. We could have a potential reversal again, so we'll see, but I personally don't believe that, and I'm going to go through what I think is happening and where I think the market's going to go in general. So last time I did a video was 2 days ago. It was my birthday yesterday, so I apologise for not putting any content out yesterday really, but yeah, thank you for all the birthday messages in the chat. That was really nice, thank you. So let's get straight into the Bitcoin chart. As you can see, Bitcoin has broken. This is on the hourly. As you can see, Bitcoin has broken above this descending trend line that I drew in, which is great. Good sign for a breakout. Even more bullish that we started to break out. Lost a bit of momentum here with the potential double top. Came down. Used this 36 as support. That we created a support level on this 36,000, but also that we kind of used the 50-day moving average as support as well. And then yesterday I put in, or the day before, sorry, I put in this to confirm reversal. We need to see more volume, big engulfing candles, a break back above key resistance areas, and daily candle close above the 200 EMA. Although we didn't get our daily close above the 200 EMA, we're still looking for that. That would confirm a return to bullish sentiment for me. We have now broken above the 200 on the hourly. So what I'll be looking for here is a great push through here, this candle. I'd love to come down and test and use that as support and then bounce up further from this area. That's what I'm personally looking for now. So we've had our fake double top here, come down, although actually I would say that is a double top because we probably had a few percent retracement there. We've come down, we've caught the 50-day EMA and managed to bounce off that, brought some momentum up to break through that 200 EMA, and now I really want to test the top of that and turn that into support. And then I'd love this 50-day EMA to come and cross over the 200 EMA, which would be another bullish signal for me and confirm that the sentiment is back towards bullish in the market. So we'll have a look at Ethereum and what's going on there. Same sort of thing with Ethereum. Ethereum has actually gained more percentage than Bitcoin on its return. So we'll have a look from the bottom. The bottom of Ethereum to where it is now, we're up 65%. So anyone who got right in at the bottom there, well done. And for Bitcoin, we are up 35%. So there's the difference in percentage increase. So well done to anybody who got in right on the lows. That's awesome. You're already 65% up on your money. But what again we're looking for here with Ethereum, we've had that same sort of pattern happen. We've come up, we first touched and rejected the 200 EMA, we've dropped down, used the 50 as support, used that momentum to then bounce and push through the 200 EMA, and what looks like is going to happen here is a bullish crossover with the 50 EMA going above the 200. If we come up at an angle like this, we could be looking at a golden cross, and that is very, very bullish. The last sort of time that this happened is somewhere like here, a proper crossover, and then we had a rise like this. Let's have a look. Let's have a look from here to where it crossed next. So we had a 35% increase there, but then this one is also a monstrous one. As you can see, it comes up at a steeper angle here, and as it's coming up at a very steep angle here, we could be looking at some kind of explosion should this cross at this angle. And we are looking here from the time it crossed to the time it crossed back is a 68% move. We've already had 65, so imagine what's going to happen on top of that when we cross over the way that it looks like it might from here. From where we are now to previous all-time highs that we set a few weeks ago, we're looking at 54% move. If we take a 65% move like we did here, we're obviously above this and in price discovery mode again. Where am I looking for the next resistance levels? Well, we've got our $3,000 mark, could be some resistance here, and then we've got again the 3,500 on this Fibonacci level, the 4,000 that provided a bit of resistance here, and then if we do manage to get this golden cross and bullish crossover for the 50 to the 200 EMA, then we could be looking at the zone that I drew in a while ago. I've deleted it now, but I'll show you where it is. It's in this area here. It's between the 4,500 and the 5,200 mark. Have I got a rectangle I can quickly draw in? Because I'll probably get this wrong now. I'm trying to do this live. Yes, I can't find the rectangle. But anyway, it's between 45,000 and 52,000 is the resistance area that I identified before, and the reason I've done that is because of what Bitcoin did on its Fibonacci extension or retracement. This would be the equivalent of $5,000 for Ethereum, and then the top out at 65,000-ish. So as you can see on this fib retracement, that's about $5,000 there, and the top out is at 5,200. So obviously Bitcoin came a bit above, so that's why I said the resistance level up to there. If we do break above that, we could go out of this fib zone, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. We've got a lot of bullish momentum. Looks like it could come into the market. We're still missing quite a lot of money from our drop, so let's keep our eyes peeled on what happens. Let's have a quick look into XRP. What's going on here? My chart is very messy for XRP, but try and bear with me, and I'll show you what I see here. I've spent a lot of time on this chart. So one positive thing to come straight away is we are above that $1 mark again, so that is awesome. Anyone who got in at the bottom, I actually managed to get a buy in at 68 cents. The bottom was 66. I've got quite a few buys in over the last few days, but one of them was at 68 cents, so I'm pretty happy with that one. We're up 61% from the bottom already, so if you put £100 in, you'd have 160 already in the space of 2 days, so that is awesome if anyone managed to get in there. What we can see happened is it did actually bounce off this channel, this trend line here that I drew in from the bottoms, and that starts in the 28th of January, touches a few times on the 25th of March and proceeds out of that area. Doubled up as support with the 65 cent level that we talked about quite a lot. We said that between 78 cents and 60 cents there's a lot of support and resistance from what we've been held down with over the last few years. That's why all these levels are in here, because look at all this and how compacted all the candles are. It shows you there's a lot of buying and selling going on within that area. So it means that if we do wick down or touch down into that area, then there's a lot of buy orders and people ready to be scooping up XRP at those prices, which is what's happened here. From what we can see so far, we obviously had this capitulation event, came down, and we look to be V-bottoming out of here. There's a lot of negativity in the market because people thought it should shoot back up, but what you've got to remember with a V-bottom is that we don't always bounce out as fast as we come down. So we've come down like this, and then we're V-bottoming out, and I'd expect it to look something like this. So although we are recovering, it's never as fast as you want it to be because, well, crypto hurts sometimes, guys, I guess. We could have a bit more of a straight up pattern like this, or let's say we get some news, or we break through a big boundary for XRP. If we can get a big boost and get above the 125, something like that, then we could really start to see some momentum come back. If we can break above this level here, these are our key resistance levels at the minute, which are 175, I think this one, yeah, 178 there, and the previous high that we've set of 195. If we get above them, guys, we are on a rocket ship, and I am strapping myself in. So what else can we look for in terms of short-term price analysis and what's been going on? Similar to what's going on with Ethereum, we had that break up above this fib level, which is awesome. We broke above these consolidating lows. We did the same double top here sort of pattern and rejected around the $1. We came down and tested the 50-day moving average as support. We double tapped that, bounced up, and it looks like we're rejecting the 200 EMA at the minute. What would I like to see? I'd like to see some volume come through and try and push us through there and use this double top area, flip that into support. As you can see, we're going to hopefully consolidate here, getting ready for another burst upwards. The next sort of close resistance level is this sort of area here. As you can see, when the candles consolidate like this, it means a lot of people are buying and selling. So the next sort of area is around the 117 for big resistance. But if we get a lot of pressure come in here, we could easily burst out of this area. Alternatively, if we do lose this double top support that we're trying to flip into, this double top resistance that we are trying to flip into support right now, we could come down and bounce off that 50 EMA. But either way, guys, as you can see, we are consolidating heavily, and what I mean by that is we are getting closer together here. Like, this is all getting a bit more cramped in than it has been. Look, if you see from here, you could say that that's a pattern, but now it's all the actions getting really tight in together, coiling up for what I would say could be a big move coming up for XRP. VE chain's up 19%. That is awesome to see. If some people got in at the bottoms for some of these cryptos, you've made so much cash over the last few days. Well done to everyone who's managed to do that and bought the dip. Let's have a look how much you'd have made so far on VE chain. You're 155%, 157% up on VE chain. If you bought in at the very bottom, that's absolutely wicked, guys. Well done to everybody who made any purchases in and around there, and saw this as a real discounted opportunity in the market like I did. The total market cap, let's have a little look at that. Again, we're looking towards that bullish crossover for the 50-day and the 200-day. We are down at 172, 1.72 trillion, so we are still off by about 800 billion at the minute. So that's not a little amount of money. There's still money sitting on the sidelines to be pumped into whatever project has a catalyst. So we get some kind of settlement or something like that come out from the SEC. How much money do you think is going in XRP? I want you to tell me in the comments below. And let's have a look at the total altcoin market cap. We've broken above these two trend lines that I've had drawn in for a long time. Let's have a look. I don't think my computer's loading. Cool. Oh yeah, okay, cool, it is. I drew these trend lines in. It shows you this is quite a good support or resistance level. As you can see, it struggled to break above it. It did break above, double tapped down onto it, came back, tested it again, came back. Now we've bounced off this level again, and we're getting up above this bottom support trend line here. Again, we're looking for that bullish crossover for the EMAs. Let's have a look at the last time it did have a bullish crossover. It was all the way down here. So if you made a trade on the last time we had a crossover for the market cap, you're just showing you, well, you can't really make a trade on total market caps, but what I'm trying to say is we had a 645% increase last time we had a bullish crossover on the 50 to the 200 EMA on the altcoin market cap. So if we get that again, could we be looking for the same thing, and where would that take us? 650%. If it takes us up to that 3 trillion mark is what I said my target was for this market. Let's have a look. It takes us up to about 4 trillion, 350%. 4.5 trillion. So what are we looking for that to happen? This extra money to come back into the market, and maybe some positive news, big partnerships with companies actually using altcoins for their utility. As I said, I would touch on 1inch just before the end. We're up 13% already, and I'm going to show you where I bought in before and what I think will happen with 1inch. Before, I was in at around this level, $2.40, and I sold out around $5. So I made about 100% on my money. It's then consolidated for a lot of time. It popped up here and we touched the 2.618 Fibonacci level before this capitulation event happened, and we lost quite a lot in the market. We lost 76% on 1inch. But from the bottom, it's already recovered. It's already recovered 89%, and what we've got to look for is how far have we got percentage-wise to go to get up to where we were before. So 137% just to reach where we were before. So in my opinion, would be a good trade. If we can hold this level here, this is the previous all-time high for 1inch. So if we can flip that into support now, that's very bullish, and then try and break up with the 50 EMA and again the 200, and try and work our way up into this area. That is what I'd be looking for 1inch itself. As I said, I am now being in a paid partnership with 1inch. So it's a project that I accepted because I very much believe in the project. It's something that I used to hold, and I will be using some part of my sponsorship money to be buying into 1inch for a trade, because I do like the project. It's the cheapest DeFi project in terms of gas fees, and their app on the phone on my phone is very easy to use, and I will go over all of that in one of my TikTok videos today or tomorrow. Anyway, guys, if you need any help with anything crypto, have a look at my Patreon. And if you're new to crypto at all, don't be scared to ask me any questions. Get in our Telegram group chat. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I've talked for a long time. I hope it provided you guys some value of what I see is going on in the market. But ultimately, guys, take it easy, stay safe out there, and I hope your trades are going well for you today. It's nice to be back in the green. And peace up, A-Town down, as Usher would say.